Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. Thank you for joining me today. Today is a bit of an exciting one. So, did my shop my stash. We're coming up for a couple of weeks ago now. I'm not going to be doing the next one until Monday of next week. By the time this goes up, I think I would have already done it because I've got other videos ahead of this one. I couldn't get on board with the Urban Decay Smoke palette, guys, which I'll explain a little bit more when I do the review, why I couldn't get on board with it. So, I got this one for Christmas. It's the Revolution Pro Night and Day palette, and it's a dupe for the Mcgrath Labs Subliminal palette. And I used it yesterday, and the look that I created, oh my gosh, I was in love with. And really, it was nothing much, basically. So, I'm going to have to keep this out so I can tell you the shade names. Let me just go through it with you. So, I used Paved in the crease here, this one here. I used Wooden in the outer V, that one there. I used, what's that one called? Sunrise, that pretty gold all over the lid. And then this one is a duochrome, it's a white to blue duochrome. And that one is called Pearlized. This palette doesn't look like me at all, but it's a dupe for the Mcgrath Labs Subliminal palette, and you all know how I feel about Mcgrath Labs palettes. I absolutely adore them, especially when it comes to duochromes and astral blitz shades. So anyway, I want to go in with this shade today. I'll probably use the same mattes, to be honest. I don't know, maybe I'll go in with that black. I think it's called Blackout. Let's just start the look, shall we? I haven't got a lot of natural daylight, but it is okay for the minute. I mean, we're approaching 4 o'clock. I didn't sleep well last night, so I had a bit of a nap this afternoon, and I've slept in a little bit longer than kind of I wanted to. Let's use this clean brush. So this one is Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH33. So, I finally managed to clean them, guys. I'm quite proud of the fact. Okay, so I need a mirror now, and I'll zoom in as well. Oh, we're already partially zoomed in, so we'll just leave it there. So, this shade is Paved. So today, I waited in for the delivery man to drop a parcel off. Karen ordered me something from Oden's Eye. Something that I'd been wanting for ages. And I was so excited to open the parcel. It was a highlighter. It was one of the Solmain highlighters, like the blue shifty one, I think. And I was so excited to get into the parcel. I opened it, opened the packaging, and then it's just devastating what it was. It was a colour switch, guys. And yes, I need a colour switch, but when you're expecting one thing and you get another, it's like, what the hell's gone on? And I wouldn't mind, but it's not even the same value. They're on sale at the moment for $5.70. So I felt really bad, but I had to contact Karen and just say, my package has come, but they've sent the wrong thing. I mean, I would have only known this because, like, if Karen hadn't told me what she was sending to me, I wouldn't have known any different. But because she'd said that she was sending me the highlighter, I knew that was supposed to be coming. If she would have said, oh, it's a surprise, I would have thought, oh, she sent me the colour switch, and I would have been happy to have it because I do need one. But I mean, at the end of the day, she spent, what do those highlighters go for? About £20 UK, something like that. She spent an awful lot of money, and then on shipping as well, and to only get the colour switch is a little bit soul destroying. I felt really, really bad in having to go and tell her as well. she was at work, so I felt like I was bothering her when she was at work. So she said that she's gonna get in contact with the brand, and I'm sure they'll send me a new highlighter out, no problems. I'm not touching the colour switch because they might want that back. I mean, if they do, then I've got to find a way to get it back to them. They probably won't. Over a $5 colour switch, they're probably not going to make a big fuss about it, especially as it was their error in the first place. But I don't want to touch it until I know for a fact. Right, so that's looking good. I'll put that brush on that side. I think I might try this. Normally I wouldn't go in with a shimmer as a brow bone highlighter. I like to keep it matte up there, but I've not used it yet, so let's try this brush here. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe and Jacqueline JH40, just that one, and let me tell you the shade. That shade is called Dusk. I wouldn't say that's too shimmery anyway. Looks quite matte actually. No, there is a bit of shimmer there. Okay, I do feel like going in with this blackout shade. I don't normally use black on the lid, so let's see. So this Refa one is all clean, and now I'm going to get it all mucky again with black. So we're going to go in with blackout. Look how black it is. I'm not putting a ton on, guys. I'm just, yeah, so I was just saying I'm not putting a ton on. I just want it to be dark in this outer corner here. Naomi, aren't you proud of me using black? And then I'll probably blend it out with that wooden shade, the darker brown. Right, so that'll do. I need another. I'll use this blending out brush, and we'll go in with this wooden shade here. I know the names off by heart, just pretty much because I used them yesterday. Yeah, that's looking good. Still smoky, but it's looking good. Okay, let me go and get my glitter glue. Which I've lost, guys. Damn it. If it's in my makeup case. If it's not, we're going to have to use a Technique one, which I'm really not a fan of. Oh, it's here. I need to get a backup of this W7 one. I tried skimping out on the money. I think this one is $4.99 and this one is $2.99, and you can tell the difference. So I would say if you want a good glitter glue, definitely get the Technique one. Sorry, definitely get the W7 one over the Technique. Just so much better The other one is just really, really runny. I've said that before, haven't I? I do feel bad for me having to go to Karen and tell her. I mean, this is the first incident we've had, and she's sent me quite a few parcels over the last couple of years. So I guess we're lucky in a sense, but I mean, it's like, where's the highlighter? Anyway, I'm going to go on with this shade now. I'm probably just going to go on with my fingers. So that shade is Steel. And this one's a duochrome. I wouldn't even say it's like a blue brown. It's got a purple shift in it. It's like silver and then purple. Oh my gosh. Right, so if this is what the Mcgrath Labs palette is like, I need to get that. I asked Naomi to do some swatches of her palette. If she can't do it, I'm going to try and find some online. And I'm going to swatch this palette, and I want to like show you guys a comparison, because I really do think this is a dupe. I mean, if it is a complete dupe and there's not much difference, I don't need the Mcgrath Labs one, do I? Oh, that's beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Scarab in a way. Do you know, from the Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson palette? And the Tiny Marvels one. Right. I think I'm going to need a little bit of more glitter glue. Just for the inner corners, because I want to use that same white shade I used yesterday, because I'm obsessed with it. So, just put some of this in the inner corner. Right, and now we're going to go in with Pearlized. These shadows are baked as well. I really didn't think I'd like this palette as much as I do. Oh my gosh. Oh, I poked myself in the eye, I think. Because I was looking outside at the lighting. If it's not good lighting, or I feel like it's not, and you can't really see it, I'm going to refilm it. It looks a little bit yellow, and you can tell it's getting darker, but it might be okay. So, lash line, quickly guys. Right, I'm going to use this one. I think I'm just going to go in with the darkest brown, which is that shade there called Wooden. Let's get some mascara and a lippy, and then we're done. Okay, I don't know where my Essence Cosmetics mascara is, so I'm just going to go on with this Patrick Tar one. Note to self, Andrea, don't film after 4 o'clock. I knew it would be getting darker, but I just wanted to try and get this little video in. Like I said, we're going to be doing 3 days, 3 looks with the palette. Anyway, I'm going to go on with this NYX in the shade Kitten Heels. It's a beautiful matte red. You know, I'm not a lover of it, guys, purely because it smells of cinnamon, so I'm not really a lover of it. But it's a nice shade, I think. There's a little bit of mascara on the left eye, so I'm going to go in with that Steel shade to try and cover that up. And then let's go in with a ring finger into Pearlized. Get a bit more on. I mean, isn't that just the most gorgeous shade? Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Right, so this is really my second impression because like I said, I used it yesterday, but it was too late in the day for me to do a look with it. I use this shade here. This shade and those two mattes I was telling you about. I could recreate that because I do want to do 3 looks with the palette, but I want to be using shades that I haven't already used. Like I've not used these two here, and I've not used that blue, which is just popping. So yeah, I want to kind of try and incorporate them into the next 2 days. So we're on Wednesday now. I think for Friday I'm gonna leave it like really subdued because I've got a job interview and I can't go in like with blue eyeshadow. That's just a no-go. I want to keep my makeup really kind of subdued. I haven't decided whether I'm going to be doing a live on that yet. If I do a live, you'll see it before this one goes up anyway. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow for look 2. Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm going to just jump straight into this video. So we're on day 2, look 2, and I think I'm going to leave it there. I've got a couple of looks on Instagram which I'll post so you can see how the palette performed. I'm really happy with it. So it's the Revolution Pro Night and Day palette, and the reason I'm not doing another look is purely because I want to do a Shop My Stash tomorrow and I want to pull new palettes out. But I've used quite a lot of the shades. I think today I'm going to be using, I might use a mix of both those two eyeshadows there, and then I will have used them all. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I've used these two mattes up here several times in every look that I do. I use them. You can see just how much wear it's had anyway. If I bring it closer, it's a dupe for the Mcgrath Labs Subliminal. I'm going to get you some swatches and I'm going to put it into the video so you can see just how much of a dupe it is, and I'll swatch it out as well. So I'll swatch it out in a photograph away from this. I've also got it on shorts anyway, but that's what it looks like again. I've just put a base on. So this is the base I've been using recently. It's the W7 Prime View. It's in the shade 01. It's really good, but I'd say most of it is just filled with air. It's a new primer and hardly any's coming out, so you know, I don't know what's going on there. So I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, and then I'm going to set it with the Revolution Pro HD, and I used this shade yesterday, so I'm going to use that again. Worked quite well. And I'm going to zoom in a minute, so to see this up close and personal. So this is my second video. I think this is going to go up later. I've just done what I got for my birthday haul. Okay, so I'm going to use this Smashbox brush, and I did actually get some brushes for my birthday, but I'm not going to use them yet. Where's the paper? Right, so it seems I've lost the plastic, so I'm just going to have to point to the eyeshadows I'm using. So I'm going to go in with this lighter brown in the palette. I hope I find that. Zoom in. And I'm just taking it into the crease. It's a really nice cool tone brown, guys. Don't want to take too long doing the look, so it's going to be fairly simple. Just because it's 4 o'clock, so I'm going to lose natural daylight soon. Then I'm going to go into this shade. I think this one's called Wooden, I want to say, with the other side of the Smashbox brush, just to deepen it out a little bit. And I'm going to blend it out. So how are you guys doing? Are you good? Hope you're having a really good weekend. It's Sunday as I film this. Not too sure when it's going to go up. But yeah, I hope you're having a good one. Okay. Let's have a look. I think I'm just going to kind of go in with this shade first, the darker one. And then go in with that one like on the inner corner. Let's try the inner corner. Actually, I need glitter glue. It's going to be dark. So it's going to look dark, but at least we will have used all the shades. For the inner corner, I'm going to see if I can find a brush actually. Yeah, so for the inner corner I'm going to use this brush. It's by QVS, so it looks like that. And I can't remember these names because I've not used them. So we're going to go in with the lighter one, which is like a purple grey, I would say. Well, that's pretty. Looking at this lipstick now, I think it's too warm for this look, so I'm going to have to take it off. I just had this lipstick on to do the previous video because I wanted to get that up first. What I got for my birthday haul. Yeah, so I wanted to do that first. I'm going to turn the brush round and then go in with this darker shade. I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's much darker. They're blending in quite well. Yeah, that actually looks pretty nice. Try and get the shade names off the internet. They're bound to have them on there. It's that damn plastic sheet. I'm going to use this Spectrum CO6 to blend. It's clean. And then I want to go back in with that shade we used to set the eyeshadow base, just to clean up. And I actually want to do something a little bit different to what I've been doing, just to give it a little bit of sparkle. I'm going to need a bit more glitter glue, only a tiny bit. I might only do it on the centre. Oh, that's not glitter glue. That's the eyeshadow base. Getting off to a great start over here. This W7 Glit base I use is really, really good, guys. Actually, I'm just going to put it all over. And it's this one. I know the shade name to this. It's called Pearl Eyes. So this one and this one are duochromes, just like in the Mcgrath Sublime. So it's got like a white to blue shift, I guess. So it's not looking that smoky now. That looks nice, actually. I could pan this shade because I've been using it constantly with this palette. It's just such a pretty shade. Wow, it's just totally transformed. So now then, I want to go in with this darkest brown for the lash line. I'll use this brush. I'll use the JH43, it's just a liner brush. Right, and then for inner corner, normally I go in with a white Pearl Eyes shade, but I need to go in with this one. I can't remember the name of. Just because we've used the Pearl Eyes shade over the lid. And then I've got mascara on, but I feel like I need to go in with a different mascara. I'm using the Patrick Tar Major Volume mascara, and I like to use my Essence one over the top, so let me go and find that. I can't find it. It'll be around somewhere, but like I said, not much natural daylight. I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Damn Girl and see what this does. I feel like it's on its last leg, but it was pretty much on its last leg when Naomi gifted it to me. It just was a little bit flaky, but I've used it before and it's performed better. Not really. I think it just needs to go in empties. Need to find that Essence one. I found it the other day and now it's gone again. Oh, I think I know where it is. Just remembered. Yeah, here it is. So this one, Essence the Big Lashes. Again, it's not my preference. I'm hoping to get the telescopic one that everyone's talking about soon. Just seeing how it performs on my lashes. Okay. Do I want to go in with a bit more of that pearlized shade? Maybe on this eye. Right, so this palette as well, guys, you might be thinking to yourself, I can't remember you pulling that out in your last Shop My Stash. I didn't. I pulled the Urban Decay Smoke palette out, but I don't actually like it and it's going to get decluttered, so just a bit of a spoiler alert. I'm going to wait until I do the bigger declutter though. I think I'm going to be doing it in March. I was waiting for everything to come in for my birthday. It's here now, so I think I'm going to do it, I don't know, beginning to mid-March, and just get rid of things that I know I won't wear again. I mean, a lot of my eyeshadow palettes have kind of expired due to age, so unfortunately they'll be being decluttered into the bin, but everything else that can be passed on I will pass on. So yeah, I'm really happy with this, guys. It's a really stunning palette. You can't get it on Revolution's website. I got mine from eBay and I paid next to nothing for it, £6–7 most. And it was a brand new palette when it came, it just didn't come in the box. These two shades here are worth the £7 that I paid for the entire palette. I think when Revolution brought it out it was either £10 or £12, it wasn't much anyway. You can see just how much use it's had and I'm going to be continuing to use it. So this year, guys, what my plan is with palettes, with everything really in my makeup collection, is to use it at least 10 times. Comes to the end of the year and I've not used a palette, then there's a reason I've not used that palette, and the reason is probably because I'm not gravitated towards it. I'm not too sure which older palette I'm going to pull this go around. I know which newer palette I'm going to pull in my next Shop My Stash, which is going to be before this video goes up. I'm really looking forward to doing the next Shop My Stash because I got some really nice gifts, which you'll see before this video. If you haven't already seen it, I'll link it to the video and you can go and watch it. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your time and support. If you've not already liked this video, could you please like it? It really does help with getting my YouTube channel out there, and I massively appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new here, I'd really appreciate that too, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.